Orange County gets painted as this perfect beach paradise where everybody is rich and life is easy. But after living here and working in real estate for years, I can tell you the reality is way more complicated and some parts are actually better than the hype, while others will test your sanity daily. So today, I'm talking about the truth of it all, from the fun things like cool places to hang out to the not so fun stuff like how crowded it gets all the time. If you're thinking about buying a home in OC in 2025, you definitely want to see this. Let's get into it. First, let me clear something up. Orange County isn't just some tiny beach area where everyone's cruising around in convertibles on their way to the beach. It's actually California's third biggest economy when it comes to population size. We're talking about 3.17 million people spread around 948 square miles. To help you picture that, it's bigger than the whole state of Delaware, but it's still much smaller than Los Angeles County, which covers 4,084 square miles compared to our 948. Orange County has 34 cities plus unincorporated areas, and each one has its own vibe. Orange County doesn't feel like one cohesive area. Each town has its unique feel and lifestyle. You got busy places like Anaheim, where 25.8 million people visit every year, tech-focused cities like Irvine, with those careful, planned-out neighborhoods, to beautiful beach towns like Newport or Laguna, where ultra-luxury homes are the norm. This isn't just a big suburb of LA, it's packed with different industries, cultures, and lifestyles. Okay, let's get into the details. Let's talk about why so many people end up loving this place, even after they find out all of the other stuff I'll share later. All right, let's bust a big myth. Some people think beaches in Orange County are either too packed with tourists or just not worth going to. That's not even close to true. Orange County has 42 miles of coastline, and for most people living here, amazing beaches are about a 20-minute drive from where they live. You got Huntington Beach with 10 miles of sand, Newport with its calm harbor, Balboa Island and Laguna with cool art spots and hidden coves. Beaches here aren't a weekend activity. People who live here actually use the beach all the time. Families take sunset walks along the coast, and honestly, the views are good as anything in Hawaii or Europe. Everything here is built to support that kind of beach lifestyle. There are bike paths like the Huntington Beach Trail that goes right along the ocean. The volleyball courts are taken care of all year round. Surfing is big here too, of course. If you're a beginner, you can practice on waves at Doheny State Beach and maybe work your way to expert level ones in Huntington or Newport. You got options. Every beach town has its own style too. Huntington Beach is full of classic surf culture with its long pier, fire pits, and steady waves. Newport is more about fancy boats and has one of the biggest harbors. Laguna Beach is all about art galleries, cool little beaches you can hike down to, and tide pools that feel like you're in a nature show. Then there's Crystal Cove State Park, which has 3.2 miles of clean, quiet shoreline with barely any buildings in sight. It gives you that wild, untouched coast feel without having to leave the area. But before you start dreaming about buying a house right by the beach, just know the traffic can be a real pain. That quick 20-minute drive can turn into 90 minutes during tourist season. But I'll talk more about that later. Anyways, speaking of things that make this place feel like a dream, let's talk about the weather and how it totally changes everyday life. The average high temperatures are about 67 degrees in the winter and 82 in the summer. It hardly feels too humid. We only get about 14 inches of rain a year, and it comes between December and March. Plus, we see the sun about 278 days a year. That's way more than the national average of 205 days. So let's look at what this means for how you live. First, you can plan something outdoors months in advance and not have to worry about the weather ruining it. People book outdoor weddings all year long because the chance of rain is super low. And kids play soccer or baseball in December while wearing shorts. The steady weather also makes life easier in other ways. You don't need big, heavy jackets. You don't need snow boots. You don't even have to have a whole seasonal closet switch. The air usually feels clean too, thanks to the ocean breeze and not having a lot of factories around. However, I will talk more later about wildfire smoke and other environmental risk, which can be rough. Now, the Santa Ana winds can make fire danger worse, but they also bring super clear days where you could see all the way from the mountains to Catalina Island, which is 22 miles away. Yeah, so perfect weather is great, but it also doesn't mean much if you can't find a job. So let's talk about what working in Orange County could be like for you. Here's where people really get the wrong idea and buying into some of these misconceptions and rumors can really cost you big time. A lot of people think Orange County only has jobs in tourism and entertainment, and that there's no real chance to build a solid career. That couldn't be further from the truth. Between April and May this year alone, Orange County added 5,000 new jobs in all kind of high-paying industries. The economy here is just as strong and varied as in any major city. Sure, Disney is a big deal with 34,000 employees, but that's just one part of it. UC Irvine has 26,000 people working in research and education. Orange County is home to more than 30 companies that are all worth over $1 billion. These are leaders in medical devices like Edwards Life Science, Broadcom in tech, and Skyworks Solutions in communications. Healthcare is also huge too. Hoag Hospital, Kaiser Permanente, and the UC Medical Center employ tons of people. There are jobs here for everyone, from beginners to specialists with advanced degrees. And get this, the average salary for a registered nurse here is over $108,000 a year. Big tech companies have moved into. Blizzard Entertainment, the creator of World of Warcraft, have a huge office in Irvine. The professional world is booming. Law firms, accounting businesses, and consulting companies are doing really well. Because incomes here are high and businesses are busy, real estate agents, financial advisors, and business consultants all have lots of opportunities. Another misconception about the area is that housing options in Orange County are either beach houses or rows of cookie-cutter suburban homes. That's just not true. You've got everything from condos by the beach starting around $740,000 all the way up to giant estate homes on huge pieces of land that go for $125 million. In places like Yorba Linda, Orange, and parts of Irvine, you can even find properties with over 2 acres of space. Most neighborhoods are filled with single-family homes, but the styles are all over the place. In older areas like San Juan Capistrano, you'll see Spanish colonial homes from the 1920s with real tile roofs and cozy courtyards. Over in Orange, you'll find mid-century modern homes in different neighborhoods with cool designs like post and beam frames and big glass walls. Condo life comes with options too. You got high-rise luxury condos in Newport Beach that offer concierge services and access to private marinas. Then there are single-family places in cities like Tustin with pools and playgrounds. If you want something in between, townhomes give you your own garage and a little yard, but without a ton of upkeep. Now here's where things get interesting, and we'll talk about how much it all costs in a bit. In luxury areas like Newport and Coto de Caza, you'll find homes sitting on acreages of land, not just lots. These houses can have wine cellars, movie theaters, and separate guest homes that are basically full houses on their own. There's also a variety in lifestyle. If you want city life, downtown areas like Anaheim and Santa Ana have walkable neighborhoods with lots of restaurants and places to hang out. If you're more into the quiet family life, suburbs like Yorba Linda and Villa Park have big yards, great schools, and peaceful streets. And of course, the coastal towns give you the beachside vibe with all the energy of a resort town. So yeah, there's lots of housing variety, but what happens when you're not working or sleeping? That's where the entertainment scene really comes into play. Everybody knows Disneyland is out there, but there's way more to do in Orange County than just theme parks. The entertainment scene stretches into culture, outdoor fun, and natural places that most people don't even know exist. Knott's Berry Farm gives you a totally different park experience with rides like Ghost Rider and Hang Time, plus a cool focus on American history. And every year, the OC Fair takes over Costa Mesa Fairgrounds with carnival rides, concerts, farm animals, and tons of food that shows off how diverse this place. If you're into the arts, there is a lot to check out. The Orange County Museum of Arts has awesome exhibits. The Segerstrom Center brings in Broadway shows, and the Pacific Symphony plays all the time at the concert hall. Down in Laguna Beach, art galleries fill the town, and the yearly pageants of the Masters brings in visitors from all over the world. Sports are big here too. The Los Angeles Angels play at Angel Stadium in Anaheim, and the Anaheim Ducks hit the ice at the Honda Center. And one of my favorite, every summer, Huntington Beach becomes the center of the surfing world with the US Open of Surfing. It's the largest surf contest in the world with the best surfers and huge crowds watching from the sand. Outdoor lovers have tons of choices. There are hiking trails all through Santa Ana Mountains, and you could check out waterfalls like Holy Gem Falls, just half an hour from the city. If you're into mountain biking, parks like Aliso and Wood Canyon Wilderness have challenging trails and amazing ocean views. When it comes to food, the dining scene is just as diverse as the people. You can find tiny taco spots that have better food than most fancy restaurants. And if you're looking for high-end dining places like Studio Mediterranean at the Montage in Laguna Beach offer world class cuisine. Now, entertainment options here are incredible, but every neighborhood has its own feel. So let's talk about how to find the one that's the right fit for you. Each part of Orange County has its own unique vibe, and it's way more than just surface level stuff. Newport Beach is all about coastal living. The median home price is around $3.7 million. The harbor is packed with some of the priciest yachts in the West Coast. People love boating and fishing here, and water taxi service has been considered, but it isn't regularly available, and a lot of social life happens around yacht clubs and waterfront restaurants. Irvine is totally different. It's a master plan city that started being built in the 1960s. Everything in Irvine is carefully designed with wide streets and tons of parks and trails and a consistent look that keeps home values steady. The focus is on families, top-rated schools, and careers in tech. And Laguna Beach feels like an outdoor art gallery. The city has this cool, creative vibe with local laws that protect small-town feel while supporting tons of art galleries and studios. Anaheim is known for Disneyland, but there's more to it than just theme parks. It's also home to big sports venues like Angel Stadium and the Honda Center. And Yorba Linda is perfect for people who want more space, known for big yards, great schools, and a peaceful vibe. Okay, so the kind of community you live in matters a lot, but so does education. And Orange County schools might be the biggest surprise of all. Let me tell you this, Orange County has some of the top rated schools in all of California. The Irvine Unified School District is ranked number 1 in the county and is also one of the top 20 districts in the entire state. It's not just test scores. These schools have programs that actually get students ready for real careers and college. Irvine Unified serves 37,000 students across 45 schools. They have tons of programs and advanced placement courses and special academias that focus on things like engineering and biotechnology. Students from these schools regularly get into top universities like UC Berkeley, UCLA, and Stanford. So if you're looking for a career training or planning to transfer to a 4-year school, Orange County has 135 academic and career programs. Orange Coast College is one of the biggest, helping students transfer or get job ready in fields like nursing, cooking, and car repair. When it comes to universities, you got some of the top options right here. UC Irvine is one of the top public universities in the country, and it's especially strong in computer science, engineering, and medicine. Cal State Fullerton is another major school with over 43,000 students and strong ties to local businesses, which helps a lot with job placement. There are also top-rated private schools. Chapman University is famous for its film school and business programs. Now, the education here also has a lot of extra support. The Orange County Department of Education helps with programs for gifted students, kids with special needs, and career training. So yeah, the school options are awesome. But now that you've heard all the good stuff, it's time to get real about the challenges that come with living in Orange County. Now here comes the biggest reality check. Housing in Orange County costs 164% more than the national average. The median home price is about $1.2 million in 2025, but that number doesn't show how tough it really is to afford a place here. Starter homes in decent neighborhoods start around $785,000 for condos and $950,000 for single-family houses. These aren't fancy starter homes, just basic 3-bedroom houses with small yards in places like Garden Grove or Tustin. If you want to live in more popular spots like Irvine or Newport Beach, expect to pay $1.6 million and $3.8 million for a single family home. And here is the harsh truth. 34% of households in Orange County struggle to cover basic needs. Many families need the equivalent of 3 full-time minimum wage jobs just to pay essentials. A single adult needs about $670,000 a year before taxes to cover basics like housing, food, transportation, and healthcare. But wait, it gets worse. Orange County has a serious housing shortage, so even a well-qualified buyer faces fierce competition. Around 41% of households spend more than 30% on their income or housing, which is way above the 25 to 28% experts recommend for keeping your finances healthy. Multiple offers are normal, and buyers often pay 10 to 20% over asking while giving up inspection protections or contingencies to win. First-time buyers have a tough road. Down payments can be over $200,000 for median price homes. And the high cost doesn't stop at housing. Groceries cost about 10% more than the national average. Gas prices are almost among the highest in the country, hovering around $4.60 per gallon and often topping $5 during spikes. Eating out, entertainment, and services all cost more because of commercial rents, and labor is expensive. Childcare is another big expense. Full-time care can cost anywhere from $2,000 to $2,900 a month per child. Quality programs often have waiting lists that last years, not months. After-school care and summer camps add thousands more to what families pay each year. All this money pressure changes how people live. Families sometimes have to choose between having kids or keeping their lifestyle because bigger homes and childcare can add $3,000 to $5,000 a month to their bill. Even people making good money feel squeezed. Families earning $150,000 a year often spend 40 to 50% on that just on housing. That leaves little for anything else. And if you think money is the only problem, wait until you face the daily traffic. Simple errands can turn into long, stressful trips that eat up your time every day. So most people rely on their cars here because transportation options are pretty limited. That's a big reason why traffic is such a headache and affects everything you do every day. The average drive to work is about 27 minutes, but the numbers hide the real story. During rush hour, what should be a quick trip can stretch to 45 minutes or even longer. The 405 freeway, which cuts through the middle of Orange County, is one of the worst spots. Between LAX and Irvine, traffic is stop and go from 7 in the morning until 10. And then again from 3 to 7 in the afternoon on weekdays. A drive that could normally take 50 minutes can take 75 minutes or more during those times. The 5 freeway, which connects Orange County to Los Angeles and San Diego, faces similar problems. It gets even worse on weekends and holidays because all of the beach traffic. Driving from central Orange County to downtown LA can take as little as 45 minutes if the roads are clear. But during rush hour or special events, it could take over 2 hours. What makes this even more frustrating is that the local economy keeps growing fast. About 5,000 new jobs pop up every month, but there isn't enough housing or transportation to keep up. That means more people have to live far from where they work, making commutes even longer. There is some public transportation. The Metrolink runs to Los Angeles, but the schedules aren't great and those routes don't cover all neighborhoods. The Orange County Transportation Authority runs buses, but they often take longer than driving, even when traffic is bad. Traffic doesn't just mess up the work commute. It also slows down downtown weekend plans. A beach trip that should take 20 minutes can easily double during summer weekends. Going shopping, eating, or doing anything fun for you, or doing anything fun means you have to plan around traffic jams. Biking isn't much of an option as well for most people because the roads and neighborhoods are built for cars. Some places like Irvine have nice bike paths, but most people still need a car to get around day to day. Traffic is already a pain, but things get even worse when you add in the tourists. Let's talk about how that affects life here. Orange County gets millions of visitors every year. Anaheim alone sees over 27 million people coming to the Disneyland resort area. While tourism helps the economy and creates jobs, it also brings problems for the people who live here. Things many people don't talk about before moving. Coastal spots like Laguna and Newport Beach turn from quiet neighborhoods into crowded tourist zones during busy seasons. Simple things like parking at the beach, which residents usually take for granted, become almost impossible on summer weekends and holidays. Tourism's impact isn't the same everywhere. Anaheim Resort District feels like a city inside a city. It brings lots of traffic, noise, and crowds that spill over into nearby neighborhoods. While property values go up thanks to tourism, everyday life means dealing with tourist traffic and packed restaurants and stores. Coastal towns have extra challenges during big events. For example, the U.S. Open of Surfing in Huntington Beach attracts around 400,000 visitors over several days. That causes traffic jams, parking headaches, and strains local services. Laguna Beach's art festival and Newport Beach's boat shows cause similar problems. During peak tourist times, getting a table at a restaurant gets really hard. Because tourism comes and goes with seasons, its effects can be unpredictable. Sometimes they're calm, but the holidays and summer months bring huge jumps in crowds, traffic, and noise. Running simple errands can take twice as long, but tourism also puts extra pressure on housing in popular areas. Some owners turn long-term homes into vacation rentals to make money from visitors. This cuts down on housing for residents and drives up prices in those neighborhoods. Okay, so tourism annoyances can be tough, but they don't compare to environmental dangers that could force you to evacuate your home with only a minute's notice. Orange County includes areas labeled as very high fire hazardous severity zones. These dangers aren't just ideas on paper. The January 2025 wildfire in Southern California mostly hit Los Angeles County, but fires were visible from Orange County, and the smoke made air quality so bad that people had to stay indoors for days. And get this, wildfire risk also drives up insurance costs. Many insurance companies won't sell new policies in the worst areas, or they'll charge premiums over $5,000 a year just for basic coverage. High-risk zone homeowners report premiums between $5,000 and $12,000 annually. Some neighborhoods require homeowners to keep defensible space, meaning clearing out brush and use special landscaping built with fire-resistant materials. All this adds extra cost to owning a home. The problem isn't just fire zones. Even places far from fire damage get hit with poor air quality when fires burn anywhere in Southern California. For example, in 2020, wildfire smoke made the air dangerous for weeks. People had to stay inside, and many needed expensive air filters to keep their homes safe. There are also earthquake risks. California has a 72% chance of a big quake, magnituding 6.7 or higher in the next 30 years. Orange County coast is especially vulnerable to tsunamis that could hit within 15 minutes after an offshore earthquake, leaving very little time to get to safety. Because of earthquakes, building codes are strict. Older homes need costly upgrades to meet new safety rules. Earthquake insurance is available but expensive, with deductibles often above $50,000 and annually costing between $1,500 to $3,000. And climate change adds even more challenges. Orange County faces high drought risk, which affects water supply and prices. Heat waves are increasing by 2025, and the area will have about 25 days a year over 93.9 compared to just 7 days in 1990. Projected days over 93.9 degrees in Orange by 2025. That means higher air conditioning bills and fewer comfortable days outside. Sea level rises and coastal erosion threatens beachfront neighborhoods. Some homes just blocks away from the shores already flooded during the king tides or heavy storms. Floods during high tides combined with rain is becoming more common. So these environmental risks are serious, but they're just one part of the full picture you'll need to know about living in Orange County. The bottom line is that Orange County is a great place for you to live if you can afford it and handle the challenges. The weather's nearly perfect year-round, and the job market has strong opportunities in tech, healthcare, and entertainment. The beaches, culture, and food scene add to the lifestyle, but the costs are high. Plus, environmental risk like wildfires, earthquakes, and climate change means extra preparation and insurance. That's the real deal for living in Orange County in 2025. If you're thinking about making a move to Orange County in 2025, I'm your guy. Whether you're buying or just exploring options, I'll help you cut through the noise and find the right place for you. Shoot me an email at rickjleehomes@gmail.com and let's get started. And don't miss my next video right here where I break down Long Beach versus Orange County. Both have their own vibe and cool things to offer. If you're stuck choosing between them, you've got to watch this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.